I believe in being straightforward. Guess what? I'm a alpha female. I have my own business. I run shit. But guess what? When I come home, I don't want to make decisions. I don't want to decide. I hate when guys are like, what do you want to eat?
Yeah.
Let me tell you a secret.
No woman wants that.
Okay?
No one wants that.
I don't want to make a decision. And if you really want an input, give me 2 choices. Don't give me the world.
When I go to a restaurant and I'm dating somebody, I always kind of like want to cut the menu in like 1/4, so there's only like 3 items, and then I'm like, all right, go get the fish. Perfect. Like, yeah, most
and
women want
I love when a guy, like, I'm like, oh baby, like, I want to eat this, but I don't want to tell the waitress that I wanted that. I want you to tell the waitress what I want. And I want you to order my wine too. Or my caipirinha. I don't know. Surprise me. And it goes back to like, no, I don't feel less of a woman if I don't pick where I go eat or if I don't pick my food. No, I actually feel cared for as a woman if my man knows me enough to pick what I want to eat.
I think the most alpha woman in a funny way like to be, you know, have a man make decisions at some points. Yeah.
Please, dear God, I'm exhausted.
That's it.
I am exhausted. When I get home, you know what I want to do? I want to wash my dishes. You know why I want to wash my dishes? Because it requires 0 brain power. Okay? Guess what? When I get home, I want to just cuddle up to my big man and just let him take care of me for those like, and it does not make me feel any less independent.
There's a comedian, Ali Wong. I don't know if you ever heard of her.
I love Ali.
So she literally describes you.
Ali.
She describes you.
Yes, I do not want to lean in. I want to lay down.
Yeah,
she
describes you to a T. You're the woman she explains when she talks about it.
Yes, I totally agree with her when she talks about, you know, women really messed us up. You guys wanted independence and all this, and I'm like, dude, they literally used to pay our bills. I just had to stay home.
That's the negative to the feminist thing, is that like you take away from that where like men are kind of just like, you know, they're not men anymore, and then it's ironic because those men never really get any anyway. Like they have no choices, and they think that they're joining the reform. But those men are just being shoved to the side, and the old school men are the ones that the women are still going after, because it's always, no matter how many reforms and changes and this and that, and it's not that there aren't good things that came out of it, but when you try to take away from the idea of a masculine man, a woman by nature is still going to go to that masculine man at the end of the day.
It's a biological response. It's not only that, it's a hormonal response, okay? Pheromones and all. Please look it up, all right? Because at the end of the day, seriously, people, seriously, I'm thinking to myself, listen, there is a beauty, once again, in being able to, but not having to. It does not make me any less. And the same for men, because I think that the feminist movement came from maybe a thought that men just thought that women had to just bear children. Like, you're only good for that. But then at the same time, when men respect women's ability of just being like, whatever it is that, listen, guess what? Men cannot have babies. And I don't have a dick. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah, that's how, you know. That's
just the bottom line. It doesn't matter how many dildos I buy. It is just not the same. It's just not. I'm sorry. It's just not, okay? And for me to just want to fight this battle about, like, equality, I'm like, listen, it is not equality that I'm after. I want to be respected in my capacity, in my strengths, and in my weaknesses. I want to be respected. I want to be respected for owning a law firm, but I also want to be acknowledged and respected to the fact that, listen, if I roll with a 200-pound man, he's most likely going to overpower me because I'm smaller, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay. This idea that I have to like fight with the guy to be the same as he, I'm never going to be the same. And I don't want to be the same. I don't want to be the same as a dude. I have no intentions, even in like anything, because once again, I believe that even being a woman, I can still be successful within my realm, within my thing, as a as an immigration attorney. I believe that I can be just as successful as a male immigration attorney. Because, listen, in this situation, anything that you can do, I can do better. Yes. Like, I believe in that competitive, in that sense. I can totally strive to match you in that round because that's my thing too. But as far as everything else, I'm like, bro, I just don't care. I just don't care enough to have my man like stay at home and raise my kids. No, I don't want my man to stay at home and raise my kids unless that is something that literally we sat down and we agreed upon for whatever reason between the two of us. But I don't want you to just come into a relationship and be like, yo, ma, I don't do anything.
I mean, you're not gonna. Most women probably not attracted to men who take care of their kids. There's someone that it happens. It happens that way, but I think the majority don't want it that way.
Because there's something about there's something about a guy that will literally tell me, call me on my bullshit. Because listen, being alpha and all, I can run my mouth all day.
Yeah, it's tiring after a while, huh?
But it takes a real man to come to me and be like, bullshit. I respect the shit out of that. I respect a man that'll be like, no. Say no to me.
That's what every woman wants.
Like, say no.
Yeah.
But then,
so true.
Like, tell me why you're saying no, because then number one, I at least have the floor to explain to you why I'm thinking this way, and we can have a conversation and then make a decision.